This investigation was brought to you in part by the generous contributions made to the Go Fund Honor Your Oath campaign. If you can, please click on the link provided in the description of this video and contribute. Thank you. In Florida, transparency is not up to the whim or grace of public officials. Instead, it is an enforceable right. Attorney General Pam Bondi. Florida is renowned for placing a high priority on the public's right of access to governmental meetings and records. In fact, the principles of open government are embodied not only in Florida statutes, but also guaranteed in the state constitution. The very person who has custody of a record must allow the record to be inspected and photographed by any person requesting to do so under reasonable conditions and during normal business operating hours. The Public Records Act does not contain a specific time limit such as 24 hours or 10 days for the compliance with the request. The Florida Supreme Court has stated that the only delay in producing records is the reasonable time allowed the custodian to retrieve the records and delete those portions the custodian asserts are exempt. The Public Records Act requires no showing of purpose, and the custodian cannot require the requester to identify themselves or make the request in writing as a condition of access to the records. So, now we know, pursuant to Chapter 11907 of Florida Statutes, we have the lawful authority to access public records, and pursuant to Article 1, Section 24 of the Florida Constitution, we have a civil right to access public records. This all sounds great on paper, but what really happens to a citizen who peacefully and politely submits public records requests to public agencies for non-exempt records that require no redactions during normal business operating hours?
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm just doing a public record request to inspect and photograph the MSDS's,
You are?
material safety data sheets. I'm just for the public, just doing public records requests.
Okay, and you are?
I'd rather not. Just whatever for this facility.
And who are you?
I'm just doing a public
Remain
record.
anonymous. I know you are doing a public work request. I appreciate that. I heard you say that a couple of times.
Okay.
Or more than that. Just give me your name and give me the documents you want. I'll be more than happy.
Well, she's probably gonna go back there and get video of my tag. Yeah, there they go. This is for making a public records request. Are you taking a picture of my tag? Are you taking a picture of my tag?
You're on a public record, right? You're in a public place. What you telling everybody around here? Yeah, I
Yes.
did.
Yeah, you did. What are you gonna do with it?
I'm not gonna do anything with it. I don't
Really?
know what you're doing with everything down here. I just took a
I'm doing a public records request.
Okay. I'm gonna take a picture of you too, because I don't know who you are and you won't let us know.
Yeah, I was doing a public record request. I was explaining to the gentleman that brought the material safety data sheets. I'm just doing a public record request to inspect and photograph the material. I'd rather not tell you who I am.
I'm not going to be able to do that. But why are you looking for him?
Because I'm a curious person.
Why are you really looking for him?
Say that again, please.
All City of Stark public records request comes through my office. If you'll send me an email or a letter stating what you want, and if we can do it electronically, we'll provide it that way to you.
Okay, and that's even though the records are here that I'm looking for?
That's correct. That's our rules. Public records request comes through my office.
Okay, so in order to get the records that are here, I have to go to your office and make the request. You said in writing?
Yes.
Not, public can't walk into any building every time they feel like they want to see something and request it and demand that they produce it. There's a procedure. This is how the procedure works. You have to make that request through the district. You can't just walk into...
So I was under the impression that I could come here and inspect the records, but I have to go through the process.
Yes, it's open sunshine, but not that open. You can't just walk in and say, hey, I want to see
So
this.
I can't just come in here and ask for the records and inspect and photograph them?
No,
No?
you're not. I don't think you can do that anywhere, to just walk up and say, I want to see your records right now. And
Confirm you guys do have the binder with the materials here, right?
Yes, we should, yes.
Okay, can I go ahead and inspect and photograph that?
No.
I've pulled the book that we have.
Okay.
We can have Kim sit in there while he makes a copy, while he
Photographs.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Is that okay?
Fill out the form, please.
I'm not going to fill the form out. I don't want to identify myself.
But then you're not going to see our records.
No, I don't want to go in there. I want the records to be brought to me.
No, you can't do that.
So I can't do that. Is that, can I inspect and photograph that before I leave?
No.
Can I inspect and photograph the records?
You may not.
Have a nice day. May I please inspect and photograph
No, you
the
may
material
not.
safety data sheets that you have at this location?
No, you may not.
So I was, hey.
How's it going?
Good, how are you? Yeah, I was doing a public record request. I was explaining to the gentleman that brought the material safety data sheets. I'm just doing a public record request to inspect and photograph the material. I'd rather not tell you who I am.
Then I'm not going to give them to you.
Why not?
I'm not going to give them to you.
It's a public records request, though.
Okay, then you need to fill out proper paperwork for that.
Okay, how do I do that?
You need to go to the county office.
County office?
Go down to the county office, and they'll call me and they'll give me permission to give that to you.
Okay.
But you need to go to the county office.
But you have them right here, right?
You need to go to the county office.
But I'm asking you have the records, right?
Records for.
The material safety data sheets, because he just had them. And you have them here. Okay. So I'd like to go ahead and inspect and photograph them.
Then you need to go to the county office.
That's them right there?
That's correct, but you need to go to the county office and get permission first.
Florida Statutes 1907 gives me
You need to go to the
permission.
county office.
Sir, is there somebody else I can speak
You need
to?
to go to the county office.
I'm sorry, is there somebody else I can speak to?
You can go see our principal down there, but until I get approval, you need to go see the county office.
That's even though the records are sitting right there.
That's correct.
So you're telling me even though the records are sitting right
That
there,
is correct.
I have to go to the county
And
office,
they will give me approval to let you see them.
then I would have to come back here.
Correct.
But I got to get approval from them
That's correct.
and come back here. What's your name?
My name is Mr. Robertson, Toussaint Robertson.
Mr. Robinson. Okay.
All right.
So last chance. Can I inspect and photograph the records?
You may not.
Have a nice
They
day.
can't walk into any building every time they feel like they want to see something and request it and demand that they produce it. There's a procedure. This is how the procedure works. You have to make that request through the district.
The way I understand under Chapter 1907 Florida Statutes, the Florida law, public records
Are you a
law.
lawyer?
Okay. Well, I mean under Florida public records law, Chapter 1907.
Sir, I'm not going to argue with you. We do not do public requests on the
So
site.
you-
I've worked here for almost 30 years, so I can tell you how it's handled. You have to make the request through downtown, through the Human Resources
Okay.
Department.
May I please inspect and photograph
No, you
the
may
material
not.
safety data sheets that you have at this location? See me?
Let me call the Sheriff's Department.
Okay. For what reason are you calling the Sheriff's Department? I mean, what reason? I'm just doing a public record request. You think I'm
I
threatening?
feel threatened. Okay, I
Same.
understand, and I understand that.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying. However, if they have a procedure that has to be followed, they're not
Right.
going to give you those records. So if they're saying the division you have to go through first is the main office and request them, then that's just going to be what you have to do. I mean, they're not going to let you go through their stuff. There's nothing that requires them to allow you to just walk in.
Like that.
Officially notified right this second that they're asking for a trespass warning on for this particular property at this time.
And if what happens if I refuse? I'm not refusing to leave. What happens if I refuse to leave?
Then you go to jail.
That-
Officially notified right this second that they're asking for a trespass warning on for this particular property at this time.
And if what happens if I refuse? I'm not refusing to leave. What happens if I refuse to leave?
Then you go to jail.
So I was under the impression that I could come here and inspect the records, but I have to go through the process.
Yes, it's open sunshine, but not that open. You can't just walk in and say, hey, I want to see this.